NFA DYOR, welcome to the war room. Hello and welcome to Rekt Podcast. I am Bunchu alongside my esteemed colleague and co-host Chamber. Chamber, how you doing, buddy?
Doing very well, sir. It's 22 minutes into our recording, and we've started the show.
we went pretty long pre-show, aping into some NFTs, and which is, I feel like, what we do now these days. You're fully entrenched in the NFT community, so listeners of this show may be upset about that. What are your thoughts? What do you say to the haters? I don't think there are going to be many haters out there, because what we've seen today, we have huge crypto personalities like gag me with a knife.
I want to say BitBoy, but that's not his name.
BitLord.
BitLord, thank you. Like I said in our Discord, the hot version of BitBoy.
So good.
Yeah, they're coming in they're shilling NFT projects. It's a wonderful time to be in crypto. So I think a lot of people from crypto are merging over to NFTs. I mean, myself included. I feel over the last week to 2 weeks, I've, pretty much committed to this lifestyle.
You're hashtag community member now.
Still not I feel community members stick to one or two projects.
No, we are fully aping into many, many things.
Lots of projects.
I woke up from a nap to record this show. Somebody said, hey, look at this. I said, okay, I'll buy 16. And then you said, okay, I'll buy 42.
I did buy 42. They are amazing. Yeah, they're great.
So it's funny. I think the crypto crowd maybe is starting to see all the craziness going on in the NFT community, and it's they're making a little crossover here. I'm wondering if it's because it's harder for them to make money doing their traditional crypto shilling, or what the deal is. What do you think?
Like, are you talking about specifically I'm
talking about influencers.
Yeah.
I
Probably.
tweeted earlier this week too that lots of NFT or lots of crypto people coming into the NFT space now with their new hot takes. And,
I think the big catalyst was the parallel. The parallel drop. I think that brought a lot of people over. Who was I trading with?
Bitcoin Karate.
Yeah. And I don't
I think I saw his tweets. He said he traded with you on a plane.
Yeah, he was on a plane and he's like, I need this one. I'm like, you can have it. I am not married to any of these. So if you want to pay a premium, not a problem. So I don't think I noticed him in NFTs before. I feel like Dale, I might be wrong there, but I feel like I'm hearing Dale's name a little bit more in NFTs.
Dale's got a fast food punk as his avatar, I think.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. That he didn't make that project, did he?
No, I don't think so.
So I don't know. Yeah, I'm seeing more people. Like, I don't know if
my traditional crypto following is like basically gone. Like from like my timeline is basically no one that I used to follow, essentially.
No, I would agree there. And I mean, a lot of like the people that we do follow, that being said, a lot of people that we did follow or that followed us kind of came into, like, I've never felt closer to our Rekt family than I do now. So we got like a lot of like longtime listeners and like, people that have followed us for a while. are now doing lots of stuff with us. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah, but we've got a lot of those people doing, crypto stuff.
Crypto stuff too. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
So,
but you have not lived.
If you haven't checked out, by the way, Rekt podcast, now part of the dGEN network, dGEN.network. Check it out if you haven't yet. All of our podcasts are there. There's tons of awesome content around crypto and NFTs. Our friend 5am, JP Kaz, who else is writing?
Stacking Toshis. You have not lived.
The magnum opus writer. The guy is literally writes books.
He does. Yeah, it takes me a while to. I'm not a strong reader.
Me either.
So he sends me these files, and it's just not like 6-7 pages, and I'm like, I don't read this much, so I'm gonna give it a go, and it's he writes fantastic stuff, so but definitely like deep dives, so if you're into that kind of stuff. But the other thing too, like dGEN Network, man, like not for nothing, that's a real site. Like that's like, it's us here fucking around, but that's a real deal site. If you're into NFTs, if you're into crypto, it's good. It's very good. We just partnered. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that. The announcement we just made today from dGEN.
Yeah. So the dGEN network and ourselves are partnering with what is the exact name of the conference? I don't want to mess it up. NFT Experience, is that
NFT Experience? Yeah,
NFT Experience, part of NFT Genius, and we're going to be covering that conference as well as moderating some panels, and I will actually be speaking on a panel.
Your boy!
What a fucking world that is! The keynote speakers are Roham from Top Shot and Mark Cuban, and somehow I wiggled myself in there. And somehow I wiggled myself in there. I said I don't belong in the same conversation as Mark Cuban unless I'm pitching my shitty business ideas to
Mark Cuban
in Shark Tank.
Mark Cuban was talking to Ja Rule. He's like, you got to really talk to this Bunchu guy.
Dude. I just figured that the only time I would be in the same conversation with him is if I was pitching my crazy business ideas, like Christopher Walken themed shoe store. That's one I always thought I was going to
walking on a cloud.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Come down to Christopher Walken's shoe store. You'll be walking out of here in no time. Oh, these shoes, they're out of sight. Oh.
That's still one of my favorite. What's one of your favorite Christopher Walken movies? I'll let you know mine.
It's actually Pool Hall Junkies.
Pool Hall Junkies is a fantastic film.
The where he does the monologue about the lion.
Absolutely.
He's so hot.
My favorite one is Blast from the Past.
Oh, wow. Speaking of Blast from the Past, Brendan Fraser.
I heard he's making a comeback. I think he's going to be in like a Scorsese movie or something, I heard.
Didn't he get like super fat?
Yeah. We all get super fat. Let's not go pointing the finger at...
Well, but he's Brendan Fraser. He's not supposed to be super fat.
That is true. He's
Tarzan.
It's Tarzan.
This took a real interesting turn here.
I'm pro Brendan Fraser. You were a big baseball guy. So do you ever watch that baseball movie where he was like this? I don't know what he was. He was like in this like little village in South America, and he was this amazing pitcher. And it's the most garbage movie you ever heard. But when I was a kid, I loved it. I forget what it was called, but Brendan Fraser was this like just an insane pitcher. But apparently he was supposed to be like South American, but it's Brendan Fraser. So I don't understand how that necessarily worked. But it was the '90s, and you got away with those things back then.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Do you want to talk about crypto now?
I guess.
I couldn't for whatever reason find my trading view screen, but I finally found it. So I was trying to kill some time.
Got it. What a better way to kill some time than some quality Brendan Fraser talk.
I stand Brendan Fraser.
All right. So, we're going to start the week with, by the way, apologies for not recording last week. We kind of forgot.
Yeah, man. Honestly, we just got a lot going on. I feel for like I said, for our listeners that have been with us for a while, I feel like they understand. They see us. They know we're not just, hiding from the market or anything like that, like some people do. They see us that we're working, we're doing stuff. So maybe our real hardcore fans will, forgive us. But yeah, it's not like we were, like I said, on holidays or anything. We were
lollygagging. Have you ever lollygagged?
I can't. I mean, I've gagged on a lollipop, but I don't know if that counts. No good?
No. Oh, man.
I don't think I've ever lollygagged, though.
Nah, I'm much more into tomfoolery than I am lollygagging.
Shenanigans, tomfoolery.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Rough housing, that kind of thing.
Yeah, all of the like. All right. So, how are you feeling about the crypto markets today? We have seen in the past, since we recorded our last episode, quite a boom. It's hot. The market is hot. Oh, you're talking to a guy all wrong.
I just want you to tell me a watch story at this point.
You opened the can of worms. It's like that now. My wife's gonna hate me. I'm gonna talk like this the rest of the day.
Oh, I get like that when I talk into in a Cajun accent. I'll speak in a Cajun accent for days sometimes. What's 2 weeks ago? July. When did we do our last show? It was before the pump. So maybe like July 20.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. Friday of 2 weeks ago. So
yeah. Where did that put us? So I'm at July 23rd, and we were at about 32K, 33K. And since then, we tested 42, which I've said for a while now. That's where I want to see it take over. I want to see it reclaim 42. It hit 42, got rejected, bounced off of 36.8, and now we're seeing another move towards 42 again. We're at about 41,000 as we speak. So, Bitcoin starts everything off, right? Obviously. So when you talk about the market, you kind of have to start with Bitcoin. And I think that's what, we were talking about NFTs earlier and, some of the crypto people that are out there. I mean, if Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies aren't really doing anything, sure, you might have a couple of, tokens and coins that might pop off here and there, but they're kind of harder to predict. There's really not much to do. So you're kind of in a, I'm just looking here. We've kind of been in this range since May, mid-May.
Wow.
You know what I mean? We're August. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So there's really not much happening. We've been in this range for a while.
I'd rather be at 40.8 than, than 29.
I agree. So, but just looking at this chart, it looks super bullish, especially if we can break through that 42,000 and maybe test like 47. I think would be a nice resistance, and then use 42 as support going forward, and then cryptos we'll see some real action. Do you have the USD price for Ethereum by chance?
Yes, it is $2,803.82, up 21.9% in the last 7 days.
Terrific. And what's Bitcoin up in the last 7 days?
2.2%.
Really?
Yeah, well, we skipped a week, remember?
Oh, right.
So Bitcoin ran, Ethereum didn't really follow, and now this week Ethereum's gone.
Yeah.
Gone pretty
So I'm looking here. Yeah, I'm just looking at the Bitcoin Ethereum chart, Ethereum Bitcoin chart. And it's looking good. Kind of doing the same thing as the Bitcoin chart as of right now. It's looking good. I mean, Q3, if memory serves me correct, is kind of you at the end of Q3 you kind of get the build up going into Q4, and then Q4s are always solid. So I mean, this to me says it's looking good for Q4, because if we can reclaim 42 in Q3. And kind of range between, say, 42. I'm just looking at the chart here. Say 42 and like really 42 and 58. If we can kind of, I know it's a big range, but realistically, that's probably what we're looking at. And then who knows, maybe higher highs in Q4. It's definitely possible.
So you're back to bullish. We're kicking 13K out the door.
Right. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, yeah, like it was kind of looking like that.
A couple of weeks ago, we were NGMI.
We were. I'm dying.
And now we're WAGMI.
Now we are WAGMI. So yeah, I mean, a couple weeks ago it didn't look good, and then we just bounced off of 29, and it's been an uptrend since then, basically, until we hit 42. So it's looking good. Now, that could change tomorrow. It could start looking bad, but as of right now, it looks pretty good.
I mean, lots of stuff has run this week. So we got Ethereum up 21%, Binance up 8% to $338, Cardano up 8%. Then you got a bunch of junk in the middle there. Number 9, Polkadot up 31.5%, Uniswap up 31.6%, Chainlink up 25%, and Solana at 14 up 32%. Yeah, Solana at $37, huh?
You want an SLP update for those?
SLP.
I got it here. I got it here in front of me. I got
it's
both.
definitely down. But actually, one of our stories is about Axie Infinity.
I saw
today,
that.
So we'll save the SLP update.
All right, cool.
But yeah, so I on a scale of nag me to wag me, what are we?
I think we're just at the top of the range. That's what I'm not completely sold yet, to be honest. We've just been in the 42 to 29 range, and we're just at, a couple weeks ago we were at the bottom of the range, and now we're at the top of the range. So until that range is, it goes one way or the other, I'm a little more bullish than I was, but I'm not super bullish. I'm not saying, it could happen. Obviously, nobody really knows, but I'm on the bullish side of this range, as opposed to the bearish side. Like a couple weeks ago, we were on the bearish side of the range, but we're still in the range.
Way to take a stand there.
It's yes and no.
I know you did just get a new job. I didn't know that it was sitting on a fence.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, I'll make a call. I am bullish. I'm bullish.
There you go.
I think we will.
NFA DYOR Chambers bullish.
Yeah.
It's hard to find you in a bearish mindset, quite honestly. I feel like you're bullish more than bearish.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, a couple of weeks ago, 13K was like not reasonable, but it was.
That's because I quit my job. It was the top.
It was the top. Hey, honestly though, since you quit, looking pretty good. Pretty good.
We'll call this the...
Maybe it was the bottom when you quit.
Local Bunchu. Local Bunchu. We have 8,800 coins even. Market cap, 1.727 trillion. BTC dominance, any guesses?
I forget what it was at. 43%.
44.4. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, that's what we got here. That's where we're at, and I feel like things are looking decent. ETH back at almost 3K is good. That was scaring me for a hot minute. We saw a lot of 1,400 calls, and it never made it there. So
no.
Yeah.
It's ETH is good. I mean, where did we get to for ETH? Did we get to 5K?
No, we did not. We got to 40 something, but
yeah, okay.
I'm not sure.
All right. I think 3 something for ETH. It seems reasonable in the not too distant future.
Yeah, as long as it's not 300 and something.
Yeah, sorry, I meant 3,000 something.
As long as it's not 300 something. So, shall we get to a little news here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get to the news. All right. I've got the big news of the day here. This is probably the biggest news that we've had in quite some time regarding Ethereum. So the title of this is here's how much ETH has already been burned due to EIP 1559. So are you familiar with this? Do you know what's going on
No,
here in the
come
ETH
on.
world?
I know there was a big hard fork. London, I want to call it the London hard fork, maybe?
Yeah, look at you. You know. Come on.
All right.
Come on.
I know a little bit of that. I know a few things.
Come on. So the Ethereum network had the London hard fork, which has gone live, and the effects are already underway. The network upgrade included specific improvement called EIP 1559, which was designed to simplify how transaction fees are paid. So part of this new hard fork, this EIP 1559, involves a burning of a portion of the transaction fees. So essentially what's happening is, how it used to work was all the gas you paid went to miners, right? So, Ethereum was essentially created out of thin air. It was inflationary, if you will. So it was, just created and paid to these miners for validating your transactions, right? So part of this new mechanism involves the burning of a portion of this, which is obviously removing them from the circulating supply of tokens. And so while new ETH is still being issued every block, the reduction in supply is helping kind of counter that, which is effectively reducing the network's rate of inflation. So at the time of this writing, which was this morning at 10 o'clock, already 213 ETH had been burned at a value of $559,000, according to this article, Block Explorer Etherchain's burn tracker. So that's it's a good significant amount there.
This is not going to be a daily thing, though, right? That amount?
No, the good question. So it says here that so far the network has been burning ETH at quite a high rate, but it's not necessarily going to continue like this. The upgrade essentially enables the network to adapt to moments of higher demand. So when I read that, I think like Uber surge pricing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
So essentially here, when high demand and high gas when gas is spiking, this will kick in and it'll burn more, more ETH will get burnt. But once the network goes quiet, less ETH will get burnt, right? So basically what's happening right now is it's clearing all of the essentially backlog, right? So there's a quote here. It's by a pseudonymous person, so I don't even know who it is, but it says, don't expect the current burn rate to continue forever. Once the mempool has been cleared entirely, which should happen soon. Yeah, I said mempool.
I just thought of what that would look like.
The blocks will become smaller and the base fee will fall again. So, this isn't necessarily designed to make Ethereum deflationary. However, that could happen over time, right? So there's already been a couple blocks here that have burned more than they've minted. So that's interesting. So, over the course of time, this could potentially have a pretty decent effect on Ethereum. So what are your thoughts here? You into this?
I like it. The deflationary aspect of it. If they're making things simpler, because we use Ethereum pretty often, and there are some problems with it. So there's been a lot of talk of fixing things, and this seems like one of the biggest fixes to come out in a long time. I think it's good. I hear a lot of people talk shit about Ethereum. I'm a I'm a pretty big fan. Obviously, for me, Bitcoin's still, the head honcho, but there's nothing close. Tell me what's closer, and I'll call you a liar because nothing's as close to Ethereum. You know what I mean? Like, what other product out there is in the conversation with Ethereum?
I mean, nothing. The
Nothing.
only, like, whenever I explain, crypto to new people, I explain it as like Bitcoin is money. Bitcoin's
Yes.
the dollar. Ethereum's the internet.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect way to explain it.
Right. And then, there's all these things, and, the internet is sometimes really good because everything is built on it. Sometimes it sucks. Right. So, like,
Right.
and there is all these layer 2 solutions that make it more efficient and all
like
that
Polygon
stuff.
and stuff.
But they're all building for, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of the way I see it.
I saw somebody say something about Cardano the other day, and I was just like laughing at my phone as I was reading it. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You're like,
Cardano.
This is a funny joke.
I made a note of it and laughed about it later that night.
Charles Hoskinson.
Yeah, no, it was. So, I mean, nothing against Cardano, but I mean, come on. Smarten up here, people.
Jeez.
I hate stupidity.
You sure do. That's what they say. That is, actually.
I hate it so much. I don't hate a lot of things, but the things I do hate, I hate a lot. I got one here for you. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Are you done yours?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
In fact, that's it. Show's over.
That's amazing. I have an article here from Yogita, who has yet to respond to my DMs, but we'll get into that later.
I got to hit up Mike Dudas and make that come to fruition.
This crypto exchange operator Coinbase has agreed to acquire Zabo. No, Zabo? I don't know. We'll call it Zabo. A crypto data aggregator that enables fintechs and financial services firms to connect to crypto exchanges, wallets, and protocols. Zabo announced the news on Wednesday, saying that it has joined Coinbase to further its mission of bringing crypto mainstream. So, I mean, this is actually a pretty big deal. Zabo did not disclose the deal's financial.
I mean, that's kind of why I chose it as a news article.
Yeah. You are good. You're good at choosing. You are good. Zabo did not disclose the deal's financial terms, but co-founder Alex Treese told the block that it is an acquisition and is not an acqui-hire. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing
acquisition means you obviously you purchase the whole thing.
Yeah, you purchase it.
Acqui-hire is kind of like
I've never heard that. I don't think I've heard that term before.
It's like kind of.
Is that when you purchase the company but you make people still work there?
Right.
I think that makes sense, right?
Sure.
Meaning Coinbase is... Oh, 1 second. There's more here. I'll tell you. Meaning Coinbase is buying Zabo for its offering, not just its staff. Founded in 2018, Zabo provides APIs or softwares that enables financial applications to connect with users' crypto accounts. Zabo's offerings can be compared to Plaid, which allows applications to connect to users' traditional bank and brokerage accounts. With Zabo, users can connect to any crypto exchange or wallet, which is good, to track... lost my voice. To track their balances and transaction history. This, in turn, can help them with tax calculations, if you choose to do that, and monitoring their overall net worth, which I love to do, which is not a lot, but it's still fun to look at. Treese said that the Coinbase deal is expected to close by the end of the month. He declined to say whether Zabo's offering will be rolled into Coinbase or Zabo will continue to operate independently, but he has said Zabo's entire core team, consisting of 10 people, is moving to Coinbase. So it's not bad. So he goes on to say here, Zabo has raised $3.5 million to date from investors, including Moonshot's Capital, Blockchain Ventures, and Digital Currency Group. Moonshot's Capital co-founder and general partner Craig Cummings called the Coinbase deal a huge milestone for Szabo and a, quote, successful exit for the venture firm capital. So this is big. This is big stuff. Big news. Great pick by Bunchu, who knows how to pick his news.
Thank you. And knows.
And it's great. It's a great show. It's a free podcast.
Free podcast. By the way, the Discord is going off about merch, and it just made me go look at the Rekt podcast TeePublic merch store. Some of these are really good.
Well, you know what? We gotta get back. I'll get back to it. So I'm away this weekend.
Some of these are so good. Local top with the hash mask is so good. It's like so good.
That's my favorite one. I think I haven't. I think I'm gonna get that one for myself.
Huge on Twitter is really good. Few is fun. I need to get myself full-time crypto. The T-shirt.
Yeah, I agree.
The one that made me laugh that I didn't know was even on here is check the pinned message with the Telegram logo. Yeah, that was great. The Cope T-shirt is good.
Cope was always my favorite. That was a fun one.
I always love Dev is Dead, obviously.
Dev is Dead's a quality one. Still my kid's favorite shirt.
The undergoing maintenance NBA Top Shot one I thought was funny, but yeah. By the way, this is not supposed to be a shill, but like $13 for these, that's pretty good.
Not a bad deal.
What the hell?
We make upwards of 50 cents on most of these.
Wow.
I know.
I'm gonna go through and buy these. I'm gonna sweep the floor on these.
So, the floor remains.
How many do I have to buy till $20?
No, that doesn't work that way.
Oh, okay. All right. Last news story here. This is going to be the NFT crossover. If we haven't talked enough about that today, this article is Axie Infinity is getting so popular it has struggled to stay running. So lots of talk about Axie Infinity in the news. The game Axie Infinity has seen its total number of daily active users increase by over 233% since the end of June, hitting over 900,000 daily active users last month. Yeah, the platform is developed by Studio Sky Mavis. They've grown at such a staggering rate that its server has struggled to keep up, and it's causing shutdowns in the recent weeks. They have to basically ramp up all of their back end. You and I have some pretty decent sized investment into Axie Infinity, so that was affected us in the last couple weeks, but it was, I mean, it's going pretty strong, I would say. I would say pretty strong. I would say strong to very strong. Yeah, and
I would agree.
Yeah, Axie Infinity, if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. We got involved because of Matt from our Telegram, the Rekt podcast Telegram. So I actually owe him basically my entire life now. So
yeah, you do. We both do. Actually, I think you can just send me to him, and I'll be his indentured servant. I feel like like you do a lot of work, and you know,
I mean, I run the ship on that, but
you owe Matt, but I owe you.
Right.
So I think I have to go to Matt.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So I'm going to just rent you out. You're gonna be Matt's scholar now.
Going down under.
You're gonna be Matt's scholar now. So
I love it.
But yeah, I mean, look, we couldn't have built our operation without your apeness. All I have to do is tell you, hey, here's what we're doing. Here's how it's going to make us money. And you're like, sure. How much money do you need?
Let's do this.
yeah, exactly. I mean, we just aped into how many of these?
By the way, the floor on these is 0.4.
Nice. Let's go. We're gonna get a little ride on this. I think they're gonna,
oh yeah, and climbing.
You better be taking to Twitter right now to see to just pump your bags. I want to see what the live tweet on the air is about these.
My engagement is so embarrassing
Really?
Oh my goodness! I looked at you. By the way.
Okay, wait. Let's go. I want to pull up. Here's going to be our fun segment today. Is pull up your Twitter engagement versus mine, and we're gonna just see how. Let's go. And
it's embarrassing. It's like my engagement's been in the pool all day.
Oh.
And yours has been in the sauna all day.
Well, I've always maintained that I am a grower, not a shower, and I think your engagement is much more showy.
Yeah, it's not great.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to bring up my Twitter analytics here, and it's not loading. So,
let's go. I just want to talk about your follower count. That's embarrassing for me.
I have just catapulted past you. I was over, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago. I was over 1,000 followers behind you,
and now you are almost 1,000 followers ahead of me.
Wow.
Yeah,
Bunchu, when he puts his pedal to the metal, that's what happens.
That's right.
I also did capitalize on Prime, like profile picture following.
Yes.
Strategy. It wasn't a real strategy, like I wasn't doing it on purpose, but it definitely boosted my Twitter following. Do you have your analytics up?
I'm trying to pull mine up too. Hang on one second.
Yeah, mine aren't pulling. I don't know why. Man, that would have been a good segment.
1 second. It could still happen.
I don't know. I'm getting an error loading the page. Hold on.
Oh no. What happened?
Come on,
Twitter?
Jack.
Also, we want spaces for dGEN too, because that has not happened yet. Here we go. Let me see what I got. Oh no, this is. Oh here, I'll tell you what dGEN's is if you want to know that.
Yeah, sure.
dGEN's pretty good. So last 28 days, 356K impressions, 24.4 profile visits. That's not bad. And then we're up in the last 28 days, 1,154 followers. So we're at just under 1,300. We're at 1,298 right now.
Nice. Look at
That's not bad. Not bad. Let me just switch my profile here, and I'll tell you my embarrassing one.
Mine's still not working. So
no, 1 second.
No. Mine says the site can't be reached.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've now tried on 2 different browsers. This is quality radio.
Yeah, no, my
2 assholes analyzed their Twitter accounts.
So bad.
0 stars.
Yes.
Jeez.
Still recording from parents' bedroom. Or parents' basement, sorry. Yeah, no, I can't get mine now. So there it is. There it is. All that fun. I just wanted to credit you on your follower account because
thank you.
It's shadowing me at this point.
Wow. I'm kind of honored at this because you took such a commanding lead that it's been hard for me for a long time. I struggled to get there, and now look at me.
We should give a shout out to Christian Burns, who created that GIF of us, like the Axie Infinity Mint Gaming.
Oh yes, that was awesome.
I just looked at it. It's one of our more popular. It was one of our more popular ones. So, yeah, I don't know how you did that. That's amazing. Like, it's fantastic.
What else are we going to talk about today? Do we have anything else to talk about? I feel like we came in and we gave the news, and now we didn't have anything specifically fun planned today, but
not specifically fun.
But we're just generally fun.
Yeah, I think it's a steady baseline of fun when you listen to Rekt podcast. You know what I mean?
I hope that's the case.
It's like jazz, man. It's like jazz.
We always joke about it being a cosmic gumbo. Yeah, Chamber and I always joke about it being a cosmic gumbo.
It's true. It's true. What's your quote, by the way?
What? Oh, it's $2 million.
Oh, now if you do another movie,
that's my rate now. It doesn't matter as long as anybody asks me to do a movie, I get another $2 million. Even if I'm not even any good in it, even if I do a bad job, I still get to They have to pay me that $2 million.
It's amazing. Can we talk about Christmas at all at this point, or no?
No.
Is that off the table?
Nobody knows what we're talking about. This is just like, yeah. Actually,
well, maybe one person does.
Every time we use, I think you should leave GIFs now. We are getting a lot of other responses back. So I think I think you should leave is catching on to a wider audience.
And I will say this: I am seeing more people using those GIFs that I didn't before.
There's like so many more now if you do the search on Twitter. There wasn't.
It's so good.
Like, and there's a lot of good season 2 ones.
There are. The GIFs, season 2 GIFs might be better than season 1. They
really could be. Like, I don't know if the season is better, but but it's very much growing on me.
I don't disagree.
Much growing on me. You know which one I love now, and is the Shark Tank one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love her.
She's fantastic, and me and my wife now, we call my son a bald boy.
Yeah,
and we either call him a bald boy or a little buff boy. And whenever he's being bad, we're like, I hate bald boys. I can't stand bald boys. And then, he goes to sleep in his little like sleep sack thing.
Yep.
And we call those the pants. So when he's bad, he goes back in the pants.
Back in the pants. I love it. That's amazing. I do have. I wanted to run this by you because I finished watching New Girl, which is fine. It's a fine show.
Yeah.
It's a B tier show, I would say. It's good, but I've seen a lot of there's a lot of storylines and a lot of character development that is very similar to It's Always Sunny. Lots of stuff, and the more I watch it, the more I found it's just more normalized. Right, on Sunny, it's crazier, but it's a little bit more. It's a little tamer on New Girl. But then I started watching AP Bio on Netflix. Okay.
Yeah, I've watched that.
Okay, and it's not awful. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it. It's not a bad show, but I'm trying to piece together that these 3 shows exist in the same universe, where Dennis is gone in season 13 or whatever, right?
Yep.
14, whatever it was.
And he's basically doing this show, yeah.
And he's basically doing the show, but in this universe, I actually think he's going and teaching at this school because it's the exact same character. It's just him being Dennis in a different with a different name, which he's known to do. I think it's actually Dennis Reynolds. So I have to do some more research on it. But and then the waitress is in New Girl, and she's gone a lot too. So maybe she's, you know what I mean? Like maybe it's all connected. So I more on that, but I wanted to give you the outline of my madness at this point.
Interesting. Wow. Okay.
So I think they all exist. I think Dennis is actually Dennis in AP Bio, and the waitress is the waitress in New Girl, and she falls in love with the Charlie type in. You know what I mean? Like that's, and they have, there's a lot of stuff, buddy. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of layers in this stinky onion. But anyways.
I will wait for your
more to come. Yeah. More to come.
Yeah, you need to do your thesis paper on this. All right, should we get out of here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, that is going to do it for us. We promise we will not forget next week. And until then, don't get wrecked, and that is financial advice.
Hey, everybody, thanks for listening. You can help support us by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and become a Rekt patron by signing up for a monthly tier on Patreon.com. That's patreon.com/Rekt podcast. Don't get wrecked.